find me, I'm looking for it, right? I'm a producer, not only of music, but of creativity, of art, you know? So it's like, yo, this basement, small little basement in Cleveland Heights, is going to be the platform that, you know, allows people to be a springboard as well as myself and everybody we're attached to, so be it. You know, and after that, it was consistency. You know, that was January of 2022. We've done 10 shows a month in that basement ever since, no months off.
Oh, hi! You must be Joe Pitts, right?
Yeah, that's me.
What's this? Okay, so I'm gonna be in Miami for a whole week, so I figured I can make some money here while I'm gone. By turning your crib into a dewdrop egg?
Better hope you didn't make a spare house key.
Hey, babe.
Joe, what are you still doing here? What did you do to my house?
You like what I did with the place?
Joe had already printed off the contract, right? I know. Now, somehow he wrote that he's a long-term tenant and not short-term.
Like a roommate?
Good morning, Riley.
You gonna have to go down to the courthouse and file an eviction.
What about my home? What about my things? How am I supposed to sleep with a strange man in my house?
We've looked into Joe Pitts. He has no criminal record, not even a traffic ticket.
You so need to go shopping, babe.
So he's harmless.
You see how easily accidents can happen?
And I never saw that coming. Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
Hey,
You know, so
we could talk.
we're gonna see how it flows. It's the King TV Network. We are back here live.
Let's go.
And we not live like this guy be, but
it's all
we
right.
are live. We got Savage Royale in the motherfucking building.
Let's go.
Founder and half of Streamspace. Shout out to y'all and everything that y'all are doing for the city. Y'all are really putting on. Congratulations on all the success. I mean, not only the platform, but the pod, like y'all doing both. Y'all really are developing like the Cleveland rap radar. Like I fuck with it. Like, and I know the city appreciates it. So man, how are you?
I'm great. What's the day, Saturday?
It's Saturday.
Yeah, I'm chilling, bro. You know, shout out to the Lock Life. First of all, you know, I just today got twisted. Just today. But this is my third time. I had them for 10 years at one point. So
really?
It's my third time around. Yeah, the second trip was probably like a year or so, but I never fully cut my hair off.
Got you.
So, but now I think I got to go back to my true form. Yeah.
True form, huh?
Yeah, because I mean, I always had short hair until like I was about 18, 19 when I started growing it out. When I had my locks, I felt like my truest form. Like it's just something about the lifestyle. You feel me? Patience, you know, self-acceptance, you know, which I never really had an issue with, but especially at this stage, like early on, like you know, you're thinking about going out, what people thinking about looking at you, how you look. Now, you know, I'm 33, bro. It's just like, hey, I'm here.
Fact.
But I'm also knowing the goal. I seen the goal already, so I already, you know, had the goal in mind also. I know what I'm working towards. Like I told her, hey, I need it this thick, need it like that. You know, first time around.
Wisdom.
First time around, it's like, I don't know. All I seen is, you know, Lil Wayne. All I seen is Bob Marley. You know, now it's like, you know.
Yeah, it's a journey.
It's a journey. It could get a little deeper. You know, people may just see it like surface level, but
it's not.
But yeah, man, I'm feeling good.
I love that, man. No, I'm serious. I'm deep about my dreads too. Like this changed my life. So I definitely understand the journey process. I want to talk about specifically Streamspace first, because then I want to go back on who is Savage.
Right.
So I want to kind of break down early, what is Streamspace? How can they get involved? Where can they see it? And why did you start it?
Well, how you can get involved, that's the easiest answer. We have a channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we stream all our shows on YouTube. We also have an Instagram. So
and you streaming live?
We stream live on YouTube, yes.
That's true.
Yeah. Our podcast is live, all our shows. When I say shows, we do shows with music artists, bands, right in the basement, you know, all type of genres, you know, male, female, don't matter. Mainly hip hop. We stream right in the basement. When we first started, we were on YouTube, or we were on Instagram, right off the phone. Damn near the whole first year on the phone.
Really?
That was it. No production.
Now, what year did it start?
2022.
Okay, so 2022, the whole first year.
Whole first year almost pretty much was on the phone, yes.
Y'all was getting traction.
No lights, but I'm trying to point is like none of this, and this is all growth, right? But like there was was the phone, it was a tripod, and it was an insert, which I don't even know if I had that in the beginning. It was just audio from the phone.
Yeah.
And then, long story short, built from there. But that goes to my point is Streamspace was very organic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was right after COVID. There wasn't a lot of time for artists to perform because things were closed.
Right.
And people didn't have entertainment to go out because things were closed, right? So we caught the tailwind of, you know, streaming. I went live for a week working with artists that I produced for. I was telling you before, the basement where we do Streamspace, it was already going for like 7-8 years. Just producing, making music. You know, I've been...
Just you or you and the team?
Me. You
wow.
know,
okay.
I produce, you know, and there's a team of collaborators over time, you know, but it stemmed from me as the producer, you know. Previous band I was with, Tropodelic from Cleveland, I toured with them for 4 years. That's, you know, we rehearsing in the basement there, right? So that basement was built off Cleveland music.
Yeah.
From the early, you know,
before.
days. Long before Streamspace, you know, long before COVID and that shift. But yeah, man, after that, it was just consistency. I called my cousin Justin. I'm like, yo, there's something here because people were asking, yo, what is this? You know, I'm like, we're streaming in the basement. Yeah. You know, these are the people that I know are dope. The talent that I know is dope in Cleveland that I support, you know, and we've been in this basement for long enough and we can't go outside. They starving to perform.
Right.
You know, we just going live right on the Instagram. At that point, it was my Instagram, the Savage Royale Instagram.
Wow.
You know, I was DJing with them, you know, and we were going for like hour and a half sometimes.
Wow.
They doing 13 songs.
Sheesh,
you know?
like a real performance.
We smoking, we drinking. People, I mean, we very organic.
Yeah.
You know, and I miss those days sometimes because, like, at that point, we weren't thinking about Streamspace, right? It still is very organic, but thinking back, like, oh, yo, Cleveland is fire.
Yeah.
Cleveland has a lot of amazing talent, right? So, but yeah.
And that's where it starts.
Right there, bro.
I mean, because that's where the King Chief Network started.
Yeah.
Literally, talent all around us.
Yeah.
How are we not getting these stories out? I mean, from the core, from the moment you knew you had something, why did you call your cousin? Why did you think he was the right person?
Me and my cousin already have a relationship, right? So my cousin, DJ Just Will, he's a DJ, right? And we've grown up together, so he knows I'm a drummer, which we'll get back to the beginning stages of who I am, but I'm a musician. So, and he's a musician, right? So he has a great music mind, you know, so we've had plenty of conversations, right, of like trying to do things, you know, for the city, trying to do things for the artist. He knows I'm a producer. He's sat in plenty of sessions, you know. You know, we've had the talks of a record label. We've had the talks of wanting to do more, right? So when this came, that's when I had to call him like, yo, something is here. I don't know what it is, you know, but the people, the consumer wants it. They're looking for it. And the artists, they want it. They're looking for it. And me, I'm looking for it, right? I'm a producer, not only of music, but of creativity, of art, you know? So it's like, yo, this basement, small little basement in Cleveland Heights, is going to be the platform that, you know, allows people to be a springboard as well as myself and everybody we're attached to, so be it. You know, and after that, it was consistency. You know, that was January of 2022. We've done 10 shows a month in that basement ever since, no months off.
Wow.
Not one. And I've thought about it, especially around the New Year resolution season, wanting to slow down. And every year around that time, it's like, nope, another 8 to 10 artists. Keep it going. You know, because that's not
a month?
Yeah. Right in the basement. Okay. Because not only does that push me, but it's an example to artists of work ethic, of consistency. I can't try to tell them, yo, if you want to be a successful artist, you need to be consistent. You need to, you know, and then, you know, I'm not living, you know, I'm not trying to push myself either, right? So, we push, you know, we try to really practice consistency because that's the testament to Streamspace.
That's it.
It's the artists that are dope, but if we weren't going that hard, I don't think we would be where we're at just yet, maybe.
Yeah, facts.
You know, so, yeah, man, Cleveland's fire, and we got a lot of hard workers in the city, bro.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
So, tell them what they can find Streamspace. Give them the ads and all of that real quick.
At Streamspace Official on Instagram, and I think it's just Streamspace or Streamspace Media on YouTube.
And you started on Instagram, and you started on the phone, and where is it now? It's on YouTube.
We still run a lot of our community on Instagram, which is still interesting because now we stream on YouTube, so there's that little gray area of trying to get people to get off the one platform to go to the other for the shows. But it works, you know, and it's been working. It's all about growth. But we did start on Instagram, but it was vertical. you know, and now in terms of, for me, thinking ahead of what I want Streamspace to be, I want it to be more like a channel, you know, one day be on someone's television. So of course YouTube, and people be able to watch it horizontal. They're sending pictures of watching it on their couch and they you know, their socks and blanket because it's on the TV. Yeah. You know, so allowing people to view it that way, you know, was a goal of mine. So we started the YouTube journey, and that's a journey.
Oh, 10,000%.
Because
yes.
This is a YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's, you know, the journey.
Yes. It's a,
you know, and
it's
they let
lifestyle.
They let it be known in the beginning. You need X amount of this if you want to see this.
Yeah.
You know, and you just start hacking away at it. But in terms of social media, for me, the longer I'm doing it, the less I find myself thinking about the numbers or even looking to care at analytics. Yeah. And I do, you know, but you can't let that drive you because that'll drive you crazy sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I mean, YouTube is great, Instagram is great. I'm just trying to stay focused on where's the next dope person. You know, we gonna hit that milestone. We gonna get the subscribers on YouTube. We gonna get some money from them eventually. That'll be great, you know. But in the era of content creation, and this is what I want to be a podcaster, and you got to stay focused on the reason why you do it. Yeah. And I you know, I pride myself on that. You know, you know, this whole time we're talking, I'm always gonna shout out, like I said, the dope people. You know, I can sit here and run off 10, 12, 15 artists that's, you know, amazing. Great people though too, right? So not only have we had these shows, but I personally have conversations we've done over 100 per year. So at this point, over 200 shows. But that's 200 conversations, you know, which means something to me. Touching people, talking to people, you know, reaching people on a different level, you know. And to me, that really is what Streamspace is, right? The people see the live streams and see the final video, but that conversation I had with that artist beforehand or after, you know, that's Streamspace, right? You know, that's that real person-to-person connection, and they can leave and be like, yo, Streamspace was an experience, you know, because I take that from the music world. You go and book a session at engineer, don't really care about your session, right? They want to get the bread in and out. You know, the whole first year, it was free. Never once asked for money, right? People were coming down. I'll never forget, bro. This was about halfway through the first year. An artist was walking up the driveway. He was like, yo, before we, you know, I just want to make sure, like, there's no money, right? You know, and I'm like, nah, bro, you know, it's free, you know. But it just showed you that artists have been scarred, you know, from bad business, you know, become vulnerable, become, you know, a place where they may not connect or make that connection or you know, fall into that community because of past experiences with people, you know, working with people. So
I agree, but I also disagree. And Cleveland's cheap, and the reason why we stay where we are is because we don't want to invest in ourselves.
Talk about it.
And honestly, that is why a lot of great talented people never make it. Yeah, is because you don't care until it's some value put on it.
Exactly.
And that's the truth in any part of this life. Yeah. Any part of our culture. Yeah. Is once you pay for it, you looking at it more.
Right. Right.
And until we want to pay for our advancements, we won't advance because everybody else is paying. Atlanta's paying. California's paying. Florida's paying. They're paying. They're expecting to because they know once I pay this, it's going to get me here. Right. Once I pay this, it's going to get me there. And it's going to build this relationship to help them get there too, which is going to help me get there even more because once we get there, I can come back to them and we can. Yeah. But people don't see it that way long term. Yes. But now we're getting people in this environment that come in looking 10 years, come in looking 20. So they're not looking at the dollars right here. Yes, you're going to lose early to win big later, but you got to invest. And that's one thing I think the school systems for sure don't really...
Investing. Yeah. And just money management, like all that whole world.
That whole world. Yeah. So right before, because I want to get to your story and who you are before you got the Streamspace, because it really developed itself. But who is kind of your favorite Streamspace experiences, episodes? Who was your couple favorites?
At this point, though, and that's the crazy part even of the evolution of Streamspace, in 2 years, we've evolved, constantly evolving. So it started with the shows, but now there's the podcast, there's the live events. You know, we've done comedy shows, we've done dance streams. So to answer what's my favorite Streamspace experience, you know, it's hard. Yeah. I'll never forget, you know, Affinity.
Yeah.
She did a Streamspace, and that was before I had lights, right? So it was kind of dim and dark, and she put on a performance that was giving me goosebumps.
Oh,
you know, like, and this is early on, and in my head, I'm like, yo, hopefully, you know, people will take it serious. It's in the basement, blah, 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 right? And it's like she just didn't see none of that, you know, which none of them do, right? But then she just got in this zone, and I'm just sitting there behind the camera and just like, yo, I'm watching this greatness right here in a little basement in Cleveland. You know, it's been so many of those, you know. We've had some dope experiences at lounges, which is that's family, you know. With Self Love Club, we do a men's mental health. Well, Self Love Club has a men's mental health showcase.
I love it.
And this last year, it's almost like a weekend, almost like a mini conference. But we help curate the showcase.
I love it.
At the end of the week, right? After he has a bunch of talks and a lot of great things. But those experiences have been great, just to see how we can connect on a different level, other than just entertainment, you know, and see men coming up and expressing themselves. So that's been a great experience. There's been so much, man. There's been so much. The rap battle. You know, we have this new rap battle scene. I don't know if you hip.
No, we gotta get us hip,
bro.
You gotta understand. I'll be in a dungeon. I'll be in the. But you know.
I'm almost surprised you ain't see this.
Being a content creator, you almost have to put blinders on sometimes.
No. I got you.
And really focus on how do you get your thing better.
Yes.
Not trying to compete, but try to take that next step. So for me, I don't see everything, and I wish I could, because then I really would be able to. But I think there's timing for everything.
Yeah.
When you get to a certain level where you can just be and be a part of everything and part of what you need to be a part of.
I think this is timing.
Yeah, exactly.
Even this conversation between you and myself, you know, two people who, I mean, how long have you been doing this?
So the King TV Network will be 3 years old in May.
See, so that's roughly around the same time, right? So when we were getting started, really in that place where we're not thinking about nobody else.
Right.
You know, so now here we are 2 years, 3 years down the line, and now, you know, it's much better timing to collide as, you know, bosses, collide as, you know, in a place where these brands are a place where they can, you know, do things for each other.
Exactly.
You know, where you're not worried about influence or this and that, right? So, I'm excited to be here because of that.
Yeah, but, absolutely. And I'm excited to understand your side.
Yeah.
Like, why is this so important? Like, because you see a lot of content.
Yeah.
But you don't get to see who's doing the content all the time.
Yes.
So sometimes it comes off as, this is amazing, but who is this? Why is this person keep doing this?
Can we talk about that though? Because so that is unsaid pillar of Streamspace is social media.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of hours early on YouTube just really trying to break down what the algorithm is, how to really post the right way, and trying to pick those things apart, because that was a lot of the success too. And early on, I mean, I was on Instagram more than I've ever been.
Yep.
In terms of posting, I mean, going crazy 3 times a day.
Yep.
You know, finding ways of making new content with no excuses. You know, so free apps is a friend. You know, right off the phone, which everything is off the phone now, bro. At one point, I was, you know, using Photoshop and stuff. Everything's all off the phone.
Really?
Everything you see is all off the phone.
Really?
Yep. Recently, I have invested in a camera. Yeah. So a lot of the images and video stuff is coming from that. But yeah, the phone, bro, it's like, I mean, meanwhile, he taking pictures of me on the phone.
Like, people will never know which ones were shot on the phone and which one were shot on this camera.
Yeah.
Like, they're literally one after the other. Like, you couldn't tell.
But I want to inspire somebody who wants to start their brand and feel like they have to have something to get it off the ground. And a lot of times you just need that phone. The money gonna come, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, the people gonna come. Like, that phone though, like in 2024, 2025, like,
can change everything.
The phone can change everything. It's such a great tool. But yeah, bro.
So let's go into Savage Royale.
Yeah.
Who is this kid? Because he's not 33 yet.
Yeah.
He's what age when he finds out he wants to be a producer?
Well, first it was a drummer. I started playing drums when I was 6. Long before.
Fire.
Yeah, I've been playing drums since I was 6.
Music's been in your life your whole life.
Yep. Started playing drums when I was 6. You know, played at church, played in school, grew up and played a little bit in college. around the time I was 12, maybe 11, 12, my dad had a keyboard and I could program 8 tracks in the keyboard.
Whoa.
And, you know, I started producing then.
Yeah.
But not knowing what producing is, I just know I can go lay down these 8 tracks,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and record on top of each other and make a song. You know, it wasn't even a beat. It was a song. You know, because that's all I knew. I grew up on soul music, classical, gospel, you know, it was a song.
Yeah.
You know, got to college and there was something called a MIDI lab. It was a room full of Mac computers, iMacs. Man, I was skipping class.
Really?
Oh, well, yeah. Skipping. I was going to school for music production, but it was. I just wanted to make beats.
Yeah.
You know, like the technical
So it became
stuff.
like an insatiable thing.
Yeah, and I
Like,
didn't skip the
really
music classes. I skipped like language arts. Like I remember one day, bro, we was trying to have a class on Helen Keller.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, dog.
It's
I just
time to
left
go.
high school talking. We already know about Helen Keller, bro.
Yeah, it's
I'm
time
to the
to
MIDI lab, dog.
I heard that.
I'm to the MIDI lab. But that people knew if you wanted to find Derek, you know, you go to the MIDI lab. You know, so early on it was, I'm in here, you know, work ethic, I'm making beats, I'm just cranking them out, you know, and yeah, bro, that was the early journey, you know, and I wasn't working with any artists or producing for anybody at that point, because it still really didn't dawn on me of production yet, you know. I knew about hip hop and, you know, I forgot how it really did. I moved in with Chris DeCola.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris DeCola is a fire engineer and producer in the city.
Shout out to him.
And it was a house full of just people that went to CSU for arts. You know,
Okay.
right? I needed a place to stay.
So community started to
Yeah,
come in.
yeah. I was playing drums for a pastor, and he owned this house, you know. But Chris DeCola lived in that house, which is a fire producer down at Signal Flow Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Toby Raps lived in that house, which just won Scene Magazine.
Come on,
James
get
Begin
us
lived
here.
in that house,
Come on.
which, you know, has been on tour with Tropodelic, which I played drums for at least 10 years.
Shout out to you
So,
for that.
but like I said, it was very organic. Like my whole journey has been very organic. I wasn't trying to find a producer but they had a little makeshift studio in the basement. And he was always already
So
working
you
with
like
Toby.
basements.
Yeah, yeah. Even when we get rich, bro, and we get the bread and we can do whatever we want to do, even if it's decked out, it's gonna be down.
Wow.
I would love to have another studio that was all windows, because I don't have that.
Right.
I would love to have a view. You know,
Right.
it's the only thing I'm
That's
missing.
never been a thing.
Yeah, that's not a thing. We don't have any views, no plants, none of that.
Straight artistry.
Straight
okay?
artistry, ain't no
Get to it.
Ain't no no distractions, none of that. Don't look at that flower. Get to rapping.
Facts.
But I say to Chris DeCola because that's when I really started to see somebody who was my age that was closely working with an artist, had the studio, had the Pro Tools, had the mic. You know, he was a musician and produced, and I'm like, oh, yo, he over here like actually putting these beats with artists and got a lyricist. So, you know, at that time I was still rapping a little bit too. Yeah, I had a period probably like 3 or 4 years where I was rapping because I dropped out of college after a year and I didn't have any equipment, no laptop or nothing.
Okay.
So next best thing, I'm gonna play drums and rap. You know, which is
I
what I
heard
did.
that. I heard that.
The moment I got the laptop back with Fruity Loops, it was shing, back to the beats.
Got you.
And I pretty much haven't rapped too much since then, here and there. But yeah, that's the Savage Royale journey, man. I always play drums. I play drums for the Cavs now. I've been doing that for about 7 years with the 216 Sticks. Shout out to my guys.
Okay, so you know my guy Sticks.
Yeah.
Sticks is my guy.
So Sticks and I,
Shout out Sticks. He's never been on the platform though. We've tried. It's like 7 times.
Come on, man.
Ask him about it. It's crazy.
I was about to talk some smack on him because that's my dog.
No, talk
No, I ain't
please.
gonna talk, I'm gonna let him live.
That's my guy. He didn't bless me too many times.
But so him and I were in a band, a cover band that we had, and we had original music as well called Runaway Lucy. That was like kind of right before COVID. COVID came through and shifted everything. But yeah, he's a fire guitarist, producer, drummer. I mean, all around creative too.
He is.
Yeah, man.
So talk about your relationships in this journey, because I really want to, so you're 33, so I really want to talk about like 18 to 33, like in this natural transition you've made in your life and been able to develop these relationships. I mean, being on the Cavs Sticks teams, being on with Tropodelic, like being in these spaces and kind of interchanging through them naturally because they were so organic.
Right.
Kind of speak on why that was so important for you in this time frame of your life.
I think it goes back to just the overall goal of what I was always trying to accomplish, even going into college and even trying to choose music production. You know, out of high school, the goal was I always want to make these records. You know, I always want to make this music, which I always knew that was a people-based thing. I'm a huge people person, right? So the whole music industry, the industry is the people part.
Yeah.
You know, you could make music and do that in your bedroom.
Yeah.
The moment you put the industry on it, you know, it means music community is what it should be. You know, that's what we're missing.
Absolutely.
Right?
Community.
I want industry type B, industry radio, industry, and they missed the whole thing. You're like, we're supposed to be working together. It should be called
community.
Music community.
Yep.
Go get a degree in music community.
Fact.
And you have a much higher chance of success because it takes out of, you know, it could be talent, you know, it could be a lot of other things, you know, but the community is takes you places, you know, and that's been big on me. Yeah, you know.
It's a negative connotation.
Yeah.
The community is real. It's a real community too once you allow it to be.
So much of my success in the studio in terms of beats, right? You can't really go online and find a Savage Royale beat. You know, you got to be tapped in. A lot of my clients come from word of mouth. Yo, I got somebody that's trying to rap. Yo, got somebody who needs a mix done. I got somebody, right? And that's community.
Yeah.
You know, from Streamspace, you know, I reach out to people, but now it's, yo, so-and-so, I got a cousin, you need to get them on, or I've had people FaceTime me like, yo, I'm with so-and-so, they need to get on, tap in with them. Right?
Yeah.
So that to me is, like you said, going back before is, without knowing it, building that Rolodex of network, trying to throw myself in environments, whether I'm prepared or not, you know, to show my talent and then rub shoulders with people who might be better than me. Never scared of that. You know, I've never been scared of that. It comes from me being a drummer, you know, growing up in church, and I hope I go to this church and there's a drummer better than me, right?
Really?
Yeah, I get to learn. Oh, I'm gonna be mesmerized. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna do my little 1-2, and I can hold my own. I mean, I play drums.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not the world's greatest, but I play drums.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I always want to be around somebody who's better. I always want to learn.
Absolutely.
You know,
if you're the smartest in the room, get the hell out the room.
Yeah.
Honestly, y'all, if you want to grow, if you're the smartest in that room, get out that room because you stuck. You stuck right there because they looking at you.
Yeah.
Nobody's looking. You can't look at nobody else because as soon as you look at them, they gonna be like,
Yeah. So, you know, those are some of the things that from a young child that just has grown into an adult, you know, like people and wanting to learn and, you know, work ethic and just really diving into the craft.
Yeah.
You know, I spent 10,000 hours in music. I did that probably before I was out of high school.
Right.
Just on drums.
Right.
You know, I didn't play games growing up in terms of video games.
Facts.
I had the drum set in the room.
Yeah.
You know, I'm playing drum all summer. It's 5 hours a day. Easy.
Wow.
Easy. Not even thinking about it.
So you've had a work ethic since you were little.
It wasn't work ethic. I was telling somebody else the other day. Then it wasn't work ethic. It was, but it wasn't. It was.
This is what I want to do.
I'm about to play drums.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do it tomorrow because I love it, and I'm playing, and then right here, you know, and then you start getting good, and now I gotta practice because I'm trying to get my chops up and trying to, you know, you learning music, and you know, I'm trying to get these, I'm trying to get these licks off, and it's just trying to be great.
You fell in love with the process.
Yes, the art.
And you didn't even know it.
You watching the videos of the greats like Dennis Chambers, Neil Peart, you know, Phil Collins, you know, Tony Royster Jr., you know, looking up to, you know, just that's all it was, you know. I didn't have Michael Jordan on my wall. I had pictures of percussionists and drummers and Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson. Wow. We just trying to be dope. You know, he's
telling you, fall in love first. But
that goes back to the point I was making before about the analytics. Like, we not looking at that. You know, we looking at the people connections. We looking at trying to be our greatest self.
Right.
You know, and it's not like I'm perfect because I'm not. It's a journey.
Exactly.
But
How can I be? It's a journey.
I do try to be dope and great and work and, you know, and wake up and do something the next day. You know, if somebody wants to start something like Streamspace, my one suggestion is just turn the camera on and record. You could think and try, I've got this idea, and you can spend 6 months on that. Just turn it on, bro. You know, it will grow and change while you do it. You know, just do it.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the phone. We just had the phone.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, that's what my first 25 were. My iPhones. The one right there and the one in my pocket.
Shout out to iPhone. Can we get an iPhone sponsorship for what we got?
Come on now. I mean,
let's talk about that. Let's talk
real.
about some business thing, you know, because that's where I'm kind of at too. And I know you know, you know, what do those things start to look like? But an iPhone, Apple sponsorship or collaboration.
Crazy. Shout out Doughboy. Come on now.
Come on, Doughboy. Let's make that happen.
Bring it all the way home though, to the city.
Bring it to the city.
Bring it all the way home.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about some business now. You said the first year everything was free.
Yeah.
you in the second year now, you put a little money into this, and everything can't be free no more. How do you change and develop and grow that clientele? That clientele that wants what you need, but also can support what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because that's a hard transition. We're in that too.
Yeah. It was easy for me to at least grasp the concept because it was always in the future meant to make money once we started to see what was really happening.
Yep.
Plus, I'm an engineer, right? So I've already been taking, session money. So at the very least, I can I can put my studio session time for this. It's taking 2 hours to do, what we're doing, setup to break down and your performance. That's about 2 hours. If anything, I can charge the studio rate. But I created a package. Kind of going what you say before. People find value in things that they pay for. They take it seriously, which they've been taking it serious the whole first year for free. Like people really come in and really take it serious. But the moment we had the package, it really showed people that really were willing to invest in themselves. And those might have been people where it may go further than that. I might have gotten to a session with them on the music side. I might have sold them a beat, because it starts to really show
the relationship.
Yeah, and those business-minded people, but also really trying to find a way to make Streamspace a company, right? Not just a brand, or it doesn't just live on Instagram. In terms of what I'm trying to create. Not against anything that what other people are building, but I think Streamspace has the potential of being something, bigger than just a social media page. It's a platform that artists really do want to invest in and find, worth in. And like I said, that costs money, right? I mean, hey, that money goes right back into the brand. Now we have a camera for the people. Now we have lights for the people. I try to do good business, man. When we do shows, I make sure the artists always get paid because I'm a musician, right? That's very important to me, actually. That the artist gets paid something. I'm vocal about it up front.
Absolutely.
You hear the horror stories of they do the show and the promoter like, oh, we didn't, or oh, we ain't. People got to eat off their craft.
Exactly.
They're trying to find a way to sustain themselves. And people have to be respected
for their craft because even if that's your man's, and he'd be like, oh man, next. That hurt your man's confidence. Yeah. Cause even though he gonna take it on the chin for you, it hurt his confidence because he was like, man, I'm about to get paid for what I do, what I've created, and you took that from him. Yeah. You promised him so. That's why we gotta change the mentality in the city. Yeah. Because it's not about the money.
No, it's not about
the money. It's about the confidence that comes behind it. You just paid me for my efforts. Yeah. I'm gonna go even harder you.
Even harder, bro.
But we don't have those conversations either. We don't have those conversations when it comes to we were born into the money system. We weren't born into the barter system.
But why do you think those other places kind of have already been conditioned for, like you said, Atlanta's already going in knowing they're going to pay. Yeah. LA already knowing, New York, they already knowing that they go. Like, why is that? Do you think that we have that mindset and they have that mindset to already go in knowing to spend bread?
I think it was two things, right? One, culturally, specifically Atlanta and New York had cultural moments in entertainment and hip hop that circulated money outside of entertainment and hip hop. Right. Meaning sports teams started being involved. Yeah. Different smaller brands started carrying. Different smaller brands started pulling these musicians in for entertainment purposes, for collaboration purposes, for branding purposes, for deals, and it was circulating money. So when they went to go do an event, they could bring in 2 more people because they got a little extra money from a brand. We have the branding in Cleveland. Every brand comes to Cleveland. Yeah. Every brand comes to Cleveland. We don't have the people that are attached to those brands bringing in 1 or 2 people every time. And it's hard because you got to trust those people are going to bring in more people that are valuable and you got to bring in people that bring value. You can't just bring in nobody.
Not just anybody.
And your best friend. You can't just do that. So I get it. And it has to be a system. But what New York and Atlanta has improved and has not perfected, but has a system of, all right, we're going to get you out of here. We're going to get you out of here. Okay, he's the guy. We're going to run him through.
Yep, come on.
We're gonna run him through. But you gotta go through some things.
Right.
You gotta go through he's gotta say yes. And he's gotta say yes. And it's not just a person, it's an entity. Mm-hmm. This brand has to, Doughboy, it took him 10 years to get his face on the at the airport. But he's the first face I see when I get off the airport.
Yes, he is. I remember I came off the airport, I'm like, what the?
That helps him get an Apple deal.
That man been grinding. That's all I see. When I see that, I'm like,
that's
he
one
been
person.
working.
How many people in New York did it at one time?
True, a lot.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How many people? Nas was doing it.
Yes.
So it takes more than just one.
Yeah.
And it takes a circulation. So he can grab 2 people. He can grab 2 people. He can grab 5. He can grab 7. And now there's 25 people that can grab 5 more.
Yes.
And now we're circulating into generations, not just, that was dope for that one person one time.
For a moment.
For that moment.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying not to be. I'm trying not to be another moment in Cleveland. Like Cleveland has had these brands and these parties and these things that lasted for a moment, but like how can we build
longevity?
Looking
at longevity.
That stems from culture.
Yes.
That stems from still hip hop. That stems from us, in our communities. How do you find longevity in that and not just fizzle out because it was cool for a time?
What you've been saying, consistency.
Yeah.
Partnering.
Yeah.
Coming together.
And learning skills too.
That's
the social media stuff is great. Like now that I got a camera, I'm learning. I'm learning tech stuff of streaming and OBS and running computers.
Streaming. We still trying to master streaming.
It's always going to be a learning process. But yeah, if we can get people to learn the skills of, I want a brand like Streamspace. No, you need to be saying I want to learn photography. Mm-hmm. I want to learn social media posting. I want to learn the computer.
Yeah, I want to learn these buttons that I need to push. Exactly. And I think also, people willing to take it there. People willing to go to that limit and then always be willing to come back. Because honestly, we've had great people come from Ohio and they just don't come back.
Before we forget, the rap battle.
Let's talk about it.
I got to circle back.
Let's talk about it.
Because it's had so much
momentum.
Yeah, and that's another element of Streamspace that came out of nowhere. I wasn't even looking for it. But long story short, Malik X, Marcus Storm, both were on Scene Magazine.
Shout out to them.
Yep.
Shout out to Marcus. We haven't come on.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
No,
man.
tap in with Sip and Chill.
Yeah, Sip and Chill, man. Shout out to Sip and Chill
podcast, Marcus Storm.
And Marcus Storm, man, you've been doing your thing on the music podcast side, bro. You've been doing your thing, so.
So they were both.
I've seen him on Streamspace too, for sure.
Oh, he's Streamspace family.
Yeah,
he's been there once or twice.
Come on.
They were both on Scene Magazine. Marcus was a little higher than the other, than Malik, and Malik felt some type of way, which he should. Malik is my dog. He's a very talented artist. Yeah. The biggest thing for me was Scene Magazine not really being in tune with the culture. If you're gonna have a hip hop list, who are these people that are on here now? Toby, the dude that I said I was living with in a house 10 years ago, or not, probably like 7 years ago, already seen his work ethic and consistency. He deserves the first spot. He won #1 this year. Shout out Toby.
Absolutely.
But the rest of the list was weird. So for Streamspace as a business, I'm coming in looking at it like, this ain't right. We need to have not saying I want a list, but we need to hold down for the city for what's true. When somebody comes to Cleveland from out the state, they need to be able to see a list that represents who we really are and who's really popping in the streets. And that list really didn't reflect that.
Right.
Not taking anything away from Marcus or anybody else on the list, especially not Toby, because he definitely deserves that. But in terms of hip hop, also, I don't know if they realize how serious rappers and entertainers take their craft.
Right.
It's it's more than a list. We're talking about people that like Malik that do this day in and day out.
Yeah.
He rocks that stage, and he's not dope just because he had a God-given talent, which he has, but he's crafted that. He's worked hard for that skill. Yeah. So then there was a bunch of talk on Instagram. I'm at work and there's like 150 comments because he was on somebody else's podcast talking and shit about it, how he felt, right? Mm-hmm. People in the comments, oh, it's so hip hop. It's so hip hop. It's so hip hop. Like, how is it so hip hop and we tweaking? Mm-hmm. And we thumbing it. Let's have a battle. Let's take it to the streets. Yeah. If people feel this way and people in the comments like blah blah blah, and they feel a type of way. Long story short, we had it at Coda. Both sides, each rapper has 3 songs. We have 3 rounds. They perform each of their songs, and I come around and everybody has a ticket, either a white ticket for one artist, a red ticket for another artist, and they vote each round. And there's numbers each round, and we do the numbering system. That way, if there is the best of, and we're trying to find the best hip hop in Cleveland, the people chose.
Yeah.
And Malik won by flying colors, flying numbers.
Wow.
You know, it's the numbers. You know, it puts people on the stage, and it also really makes hip hop serious, right?
Yeah.
It's like if this is what we're calling ourselves, like MCs, you know, there is a skill to this. You know, I
Yeah.
think sometimes it gets watered down because it's so hip now. It's, you know, you hear hip hop all over the place and ads and, you know, insurance commercials, trap drums, and 808. Like, there's people that live their life around this, that this is a real skill. So if you call yourself a rapper, you know, the battle has brought in that competition to Cleveland. You know, so now a lot of artists, a lot of rappers want to hold their own. Put me in the ring. You know, it's like boxing. I tell you, my name is Savage King now. You know, when we do the rap battle, you know, I'm Savage King.
Yeah.
Not Savage Royale, I'm promoter now.
Yeah.
You know, but that night was so organic. You know, it was something out of a movie, bro. It was something out of a movie. You know, Malik went crazy. Marcus went crazy. Malik won, like I said, unanimous.
Yeah.
You know, undisputed.
Wow.
He's the champ. But then we came around with another round. Artizar, Freshie Ramon. You know, Freshie Ramon run that round. And it's just been crazy for hip hop, specifically hip hop, to put that competition spirit in the air, making people go hard. I mean, there was diss tracks, you know. It's just crazy being a part of something so organic, and it landed in Streamspace lap, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just another thing that shows the talent of Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know, I hope this, you know, shoots Malik through the roof.
Yeah.
Just getting more eyes, you know, and Marcus as well, you know, and anybody involved. You know, just another thing, like you said, that stirs the pot. Another thing, you know, I can get on Streamspace and I can shine on a live stream. Maybe I can shine on a cypher. Maybe I can get in a battle. I mean, we've had, you know, R&B shows, comedy. You know, maybe I can, you know, get some eyes, get some attention. You know, get some views. You know, be able to show myself fully. You know, every time there's an artist on Streamspace in any, you know, in any aspect, we never hold them back.
Right.
Whatever you want to do, bring extra lights. Be yourself, however crazy you want to be, however quiet you want to be, however loud or soft you want to be, rambunctious or whatever, you know. Let artists be. We don't put no restraints on people. We ain't trying to hold people back. Be your full creative self, you know. But the rap battle is crazy. You got to come to the next one.
No, I got to go.
Because that's a movie.
You got to let us know, because we are there, and we are in support of Streamspace.
I got something for you, too.
Talk to me.
Yeah, so we got our artist cards that we started. That's just one of them. We've probably had like 7 or 8 different artist ones now.
Westside Low.
You know Westside?
I have not met him.
Okay. He's from, I think he's out Lorraine way.
I have
Shout
not
out
met him,
Lorraine.
but I got to meet him.
So
it's
yeah,
hard.
those
He
are
got a
artist cards.
player card and everything. The boy.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple stickers in there for you.
Shout out Streamspace.
Yeah, man. So I have a lot of ideas for just branding and other things, right? But that was an idea that came in the middle of the night because my roommate is into Pokemon cards. He trades and sells like Pokemon cards at a high level. You know, he streams doing that. Wow. Shout out to him. Merch got merch.
Thank you.
But I'm just sitting at the crib and I'm looking at all these Pokemon cards and I'm like, yo, we need some Streamspace artists. We need some artist cards, right? It's like a rookie card.
Yeah.
I hope Westside Low blow up one day.
Yeah.
You know?
Rookie
and
card.
You got one of the rookie
Come
jumps.
on. That's hard.
You know,
that's hard.
Just another thing, even for the artist, just to that journey along the way.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like sports. You put in the work, you know, and the blood, sweat, and tears. You know, so you deserve to have cool things along the way. Be able to hop on somebody's podcast or get on somebody's magazine, or maybe I got a rookie card.
Yeah, or maybe got a rookie card.
We got to make this journey dope for the artist, man.
100%.
Come on, man. Make some
100%.
money, you know, have fun. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to have fun.
Enjoy this journey.
You know?
Enjoy the journey. You're 100%.
So, yeah, man, I'm glad you got the Westside Low card. That's exclusive. That's the last one, too.
Is it?
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. This going on the wall. I got a whole wall of look, this going on the wall. Come on now. This going on the wall. But last thing we got to do here, and we truly appreciate you, man. This is one of those conversations of showing that we can come together, and how important it is for us to come together. So with that being said, it's called Get It Off Your Chest. The last thing we do here, and basically, I just want to talk to the guy, to the kid, to the 18-year-old that believes in himself, but may not have the friend group that believes in him.
The friend group?
The friend group that believes in him.
The circle.
The circle. But if he dives into what his skill set is, he'll find his friend group.
Yeah.
So I want you to talk to that person. How do they find that friend group?
Like throwing yourself in that environment of what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
You know, even if it's blindly, right? So let's say you want to be a painter and, you know, your friend group is like, we ain't really into what you got going on, blah, blah, blah. And you trying to find people that you can collaborate with or even bounce ideas off of. Just go to the art show, you know? Was that Deep Roots?
Yeah.
They got art shows all the time, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know Deep Roots like that fully, you know? But I know that I see them in the art scene.
Fact.
So if I was to be somebody that, you know, needed to do that, maybe I'll just roll up, you know. I tell artists that all the time, you know, even in the aspect of getting booked. Just go to the show.
Yeah.
That next show, that don't keep scrolling on Instagram and like something. Screenshot the show, pull up, pay the $10, go in, network with the artist, network with the promoter. You're probably going to find some of the artists that's going to be dope. Them are going to be your new friends. You're going to go smoke a blunt with them.
Come on.
And you're going to save that promoter's number. You're going to hit them up when your next album drop or when you need you know, tap in. It's that simple, you know.
It's that simple, but it takes that first step.
And that's where you're going to find your new friends, you know. And then you're going to find friends from them, and it's going to get the ball rolling. But the first thing is just networking. Just go to an event, man. Just go.
I love it.
You know, just go, tap in.
And I really wanted you to say that because you've been speaking it like you was kind of saying it, and I was like, but you were saying so deep, I couldn't stop you. But that's exactly it, man. Throw yourself into those
at the surface level about me, bro, and just tap in. If you're trying to find a place to start, two things: get the phone and press record. If that's what you need to do, you know, if it's painting, you know, go buy it. Go buy the canvas. You know, whatever it is, just go get it. You know, because everything's accessible. Ain't no excuses.
Facts.
We have phone. We got Amazon.
Facts.
I mean, there's literally no excuses.
Facts. On your creativity, there's no excuse.
There's no excuse. You know, other than that, just network. Literally, just talk. Get somebody's number, save it, and then act on it. Just don't save it and forget about it. Hit them up. What's good, bro?
Care about it.
What you got going on? You need me for anything? Or I had an idea, want to run it past you? Don't be always afraid to hold ideas, right? People, you know, we get in this place where I don't want nobody to steal my shit or this and that. And I'm not saying don't do that, because definitely do that when you know something is a baby. You know, but sometimes some ideas is just iron sharpens iron, and we hear that, but really what's happening is you're throwing something out there and you're giving a chance for somebody to respond to that. You know, whether that's your skill or idea, right? So don't be afraid to open up to people.
Absolutely.
You know, if we're going to talk about community, that's what we can't be scared.
Can't be scared.
People are literally scared to go
in your community.
COVID did that. COVID got people inside, bro.
Yeah.
To where they
physically and
they got an invisible mask on their face. That mask shut people all the way. You know, like take the mask off and get out in public and talk.
Yeah.
COVID is over with, bro.
Absolutely.
We don't have to distance.
Right.
6 feet is over. You know, it's time to get to the streets and there's been multiple artists that have been so dope that lived in Cleveland Heights, and it blows my mind. I send them the address and be like, "Oh, bro, I live 4 minutes away."
Yep.
What?
Literally.
And you're this dope?
Literally.
And I got a studio and I gotta get out more.
Yeah.
That's all that means. I'm clearly not out here as much as I thought I was outside.
Right.
When you this raw and you live 5 minutes away down Monticello, ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
You know, so that's hey, I can talk all day, bro.
That's it, man. But we appreciate
you. Gotta do a round two then. I'm gonna have you
and
on
then
mine.
Come on
so
now,
we can get back to the round two. Gonna be you on the Streamspace podcast.
And then we just gonna keep bouncing off each other. And we're just gonna start having conversations, and that's how you start developing and growing real ideas and a real culture. And I think I needed to sit down with you to confirm it, but I knew you had something over there going. This ain't even a
conversation for us, though. We gonna have a conversation off
like
camera once we really lock in.
You know what I'm saying? A blunt in 7 hours.
That's what I'm saying. I'm excited for this collaboration.
I'm excited
for, sure,
for what we've started, man. Yeah. Like it's beautiful, man. And shout out to Streamspace, man. If y'all haven't tapped in, tap in with that.
Tap in.
This is the King T Network. We out of here. Peace.
Peace, yo.
That's perfect, man. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. Hopefully I ain't talk too much. You know, I get the.
Can somebody just tell me what the hell is happening?
We don't know. We're all just waking up. Is there anything you know? Like, do you remember anything?
I think I was kidnapped.
Where is Locke?
Locke? Oh, you mean my husband?
Hold up. You better stop right there before you say some shit you gonna regret. Regret?
Damn, shit getting real.